Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I made a video with sound, so today we are jumping in together to create an incredible summer bullet journal spread. I started by designing the elements for my map. This part was really fun because I could let my imagination run wild. There are so many options. For the map, you need some sort of land, obviously since it is a map. You can draw random shapes, or if you want some guidance, you can throw rice onto your paper and mark the outline it creates. If you're going on vacation in August, it is a great idea to create a map of the place you're visiting. I made a few random islands because I wanted space to incorporate decorative elements. At first, I thought I would use only one page for the map, but then I wouldn't have enough space for all the decorations. Trust me, this is a two-page spread. I drew some standard old map decor like a ship and a compass. I also thought it would be cute to add a mermaid sitting on an island. This was the hardest to draw. I'm still not very sure about the final result. Tell me, what do you think? I also added fish, birds and some tropical trees to make the page fuller. On each island, I drew a few mountains. You can make them very detailed if you like, but I want them simple, just a few lines. Of course, you will need to add the name of the month and your page is almost ready. All that is left to do is to give it a vintage vibe. I used two brown inks to color the page. I used a lighter shade to color the whole page. Don't worry if it's not very even, that makes it look older. If you want to try something different, you can add two colors to the map, blue for the sea and brown for the land, by using some masking liquid. Personally, I wanted my map to be monochromatic. Then I took the darker shade and darkened the edges of the page. You can cut some of the paper for a more distressed look, but I didn't find that idea very practical for journaling. Here's a nice tip: if you don't have inks, you can use coffee or tea to stain your paper. Lastly, I added a few details with a marker similar to the background color, and with that, the cover page was ready. By the way, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my channel and visited my blog, which you can find in the link in the description box. Your support and appreciation give me the courage to keep going. Next is the calendar. For this month, I made a monthly spread. I marked the grid using the same brown marker and wrote the dates in brown shades. If you want, you can stain the page with the ink as well. I used ink to paint only the decorative strip of my calendar. For the decor, I drew a sea serpent for variation. And I have to say, I love the final result. Of course, if you aim for something simpler, you can draw ships or islands. Next, I made the memories insert. After all, it is summer and you want to keep those precious memories. This time, I didn't want to paint the whole insert, mostly because I didn't want to go through all the trouble again. I am a little bit lazy, I guess. So, I designed a big island in the middle and secured the areas around it with tape and masking fluid. Now, it is ready for me to paint. A useful tip is that if you make sketch guides with a pencil, you want to first use a pen on your designs before painting with ink. Otherwise, it is really hard to see the drawings. For this, I made a treasure island with pirate flags, swords and of course a treasure chest. After I finished with the ink, I removed the tape and wrapped off the masking fluid. I believe it is my favorite part of this month's bullet journal. I drew the outline and added the guide to the treasure and the ship. I left the ship white, but I'm not too sure about that. I will think about it. Maybe I'll use the masking technique and add some color to it. To finish the page, I added the title and a few borders for my photos. Lastly, I made the expenses page. I kept it simple to ensure I have plenty of space to write down everything I spent. I added a decorative shape next to the title and applied some ink all around the edges. I also used a stamp to create some ink stains. I like that look, so I stamped a few on the cover page as well. And with that, my journal was ready. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.